Hey everybody, it's Justin with Neat Elite Detailing, and today we're going to be doing another Bilt Hamber pre-wash snow foam test. And what we're going to do on this one is we're going to use a PIR of 5%. So in my case, it's like 530-ish milliliters of solution in the foam cannon. So let me show you what we got here. Okay, so of course we have both of the Bilt Hamber products. There's a foam cannon. I went ahead and did the PIR. That to understand how many milliliters I need in there, I need a little bit over half of the bottle to reach a PIR of 5%. The vehicle that we're doing this on is a Suburban, and plenty of dirt, plenty of opportunities for testing these two products. And the reason this thing is in is for a different reason, but I'm also going to do a wash on it. So, but if you can see here, all of this is actually some sort of road film, whether it's paint or something else, I'm not sure, but I'm gonna work on that. However, in the process, we're gonna go ahead and do this test and see what happens. Let's kind of walk around this thing. Plenty of soiling on it, so this will be a good test for these two products. We're going to start with auto foam. I like to shake up all chemicals, whether it says to or not, just to make sure that there's no settling or anything else. So I went ahead and did my PIR test yesterday. I ended up doing it 3 times, and then I took the average of the 3, which equaled 10,500. So let's go ahead and do the math. 10,500. See if I can gauge where we can actually hit 500 times. So multiplied by 0.05 will give us a 5% dilution. So 525 milliliters of product will give us what we're looking for. So in my cup here, you can see that we have liters, ounces, cup, and then if you look on the inside here, which is pretty cool, see if we can actually get this focus. Anyway, milliliters are right there in the blue, and I would point at it, but I'm using both hands, so I'm not gonna be able to. Anyway, we're gonna fill it up to 525 roughly. So your graduations are 100 milliliters. So we're gonna pour 525 milliliters in there. And if we look at it from the side here, you'll see that that is 525, 530, something like that. Now we're just going to add the rest of water up to the 1,000 milliliter mark, or the 1 liter, you could say. Okay, we're at the 1 liter. Let's put this back on. Now when I did the PIR test, I made sure that I had everything here in the positions where I normally use, where I typically use it. That way there's no question that it's drying more or less. So I have this wide open, and that's really the main thing there. So according to the bottle, the minimum recommendation is 2% PIR, maximum 5 for very dirty vehicles. And here, this is what I was looking for. Hopefully that's coming through. So it says apply touches to the entire vehicle panel by panel, soak for 1 to 5 minutes, but never allow it to dry. So minimum, we're going to do 1 minute, maximum 5. So we're going to start now. Okay, so starting with auto foam. Get my spray pattern right. Okay, now we're gonna let it sit, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna pay attention to when it starts to dry, and we'll rinse it once we get close to that point. The foam is nice and thick. It's a 5% PIR, so we're gonna give it a couple minutes here. Okay, so we're at the 2-minute mark. Let's go ahead and rinse this thing down. So I'm going to try to stay the same distance apart. That way I'm not using the pressure to blast off the surface. So as you can see, there's very little protection, if any, on this. Okay, so we're gonna let that dry. So let's take a quick peek here. Probably gonna have to wait till this dries. Looks like it did a pretty darn good job, I'll tell you that. Let's move on to the touchless. And we're gonna use the same amount of product. So, 525. This is 500. Okay, now we're at 525. We're gonna do the same thing. Pour it in the bottle. We're in the foam cannon reservoir, I should say. And we'll fill the rest with water. And we're gonna move to the other side. Then we're gonna let it dry, and then we'll see how well these performed. See if we get a different result than we got last time. Okay, so we're gonna fill the rest with water. And okay. All right, perfect. All right, let's go. Okay, that's serious foam right there. All right, we're gonna give it the same amount of time. Okay, so same amount of time as the other side, 2 minutes. Let's rinse it. Okay, so this is the auto foam side. And I'd say it looks pretty good. All of these little speckles, this is what I'm gonna be removing later, so I didn't expect any of that to go away. So this side's in the sun, so obviously it's gonna be a little difficult to pick up on film. The speckles are not. Those are easy to pick up on. Okay, let's go over to the other side. To be honest, I can't see a discernible difference between the two. So at the 5% PIR, it would appear that they both work relatively closely the same on this vehicle. That doesn't mean it's going to work the same on every vehicle, and let me try this again. I'm going to be doing more testing on this to see, not on this particular vehicle, but I'm gonna wait until I get a absolutely filthy multi-layered dirt vehicle, and we're gonna go ahead and do this again and see if we can come up with a definitive winner here. Yeah, both sides came out really good, so. And that's just a reflection of the foam. In closing, both of these products performed absolutely incredibly well. I didn't see any difference between the two from either side. There was only, it looked like, one layer of dirt on the surface. So we're definitely going to be redoing this test at least once, if not maybe 2 more times. Let's see how the next test goes on a much dirtier vehicle. That being said, I really do appreciate you watching, and I hope you found this video informative. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up. That way I know that you thought that it was valuable information. And if you haven't yet, please feel free to subscribe. That way you can keep up to date on upcoming videos. And on that note, I hope you have a great day and or a great night, and keep it neat.